A taste of your own medicine. The whole town is here. Snock surveyed the crowd gathered in the circle. The farmer nodded. He was too defeated to say much. I'm sorry for your loss and that. I didn't have anything to spare. Times are tight for everyone. Snock let out a sigh, then pat the farmer on the shoulder. He took a bite from a sandwich. The food is excellent. Thank you, said the farmer. I made the food myself. Snock's words bounced around the farmer's mind. Snock had just installed a new wooden roof, now a week past, but when the farmer asked him for any coin he could spare for the farmer's medicine, Snock said his pockets were empty. The farmer had known Snock since the day he was born. The farmer's wife had helped deliver Snock's children into the world.
She was a wonderful woman.
Varda came by next and placed her arm around the farmer.
I'm sorry I couldn't come by to spend more time with her in her final days. Time has been short with everyone lately.
The farmer nodded. He didn't have the patience or energy to answer Varda. She claimed the days were short, yet the farmer knew better than most about short days. Many times he had worked the fields from sun up to sundown. On the one day he did venture into town to ask for Varda's help, she was laughing and twirling her granddaughter in the air. The farmer's wife would never laugh again, never experience the joy of motherhood. Her final days were filled with agony and loneliness. The farmer had always wanted a family.
These sandwiches are excellent. What's in them?
Asked Varda. Just some ingredients I found around the farm, answered the farmer. Varda hugged the farmer, then moved on. One by one, the townspeople took turns consoling the farmer for the loss of his wife. Some of them even seemed sincere in their grief. None of it would bring his wife back, though. There had to be 100 people here. At the end of the line, Mayor Waxer greeted them with formal hand to heart and then his other hand to the sky. The farmer didn't have the energy to return the greeting. Mayor Waxer paid more attention to the reaction from the crowd than he did from the farmer. The only thing that stood out from Waxer's words was how the town had no money to give the farmer to buy the experimental medicine. Yet, here they stood in the newly constructed circle. Mayor Waxer claimed it was a tribute built to honor Purus, Lord of the Day. To the farmer, it was a tribute to Waxer's vanity. With a pat on the shoulder, Mayor Waxer gave his condolences to the farmer and complimented him on the spread of food. Thank you, I made it myself, said the farmer. Dressed all in red, Dawn servant Diod raised his holy book, The Light and Darkness. The crowd fell silent, then followed in step as he led them outside. It was a beautiful morning, especially warm, considering it was only a moon from Brevis. On a bed of timber lay the farmer's wife. She was as beautiful as the day he met her. Yet the joy and sorrow was gone from her. No life remained in her motionless body. The farmer felt the same way. The town gathered in a circle around her soon-to-be pyre and waited as Dawn servant Diod found the correct passage in his copy of The Light and Darkness. A mere step away from her body, a torch crackled, eagerly awaiting to ascend her to the heavens. Had it been any other day, the farmer would have considered it peaceful. Songbirds chirped, adding an uplifting soundtrack to the melancholy day. The dawn servant spoke. Using ashes from the bark of Codino firewood, Purus and Mendex created Primum, the first man. They fed him the fruit from the tree, giving him life. Purus is the fire and the light. We are created from the ashes of his fire. but we are also created by his dark brother. Diad looked up from his book for the first time. He scanned the crowd, looking at no one in particular, then continued. The darkness hides the light, concealing the truth. Darkness hides your way. Darkness extinguishes warmth, freezing a man's heart to ice. Darkness is part of every man. Diode looked at the audience again, staring each man in the eye as he spoke. What man here has always told the truth? What man here takes the best course of action? What man here always thinks of his brother before himself when choosing? Diod coughed. A spittle of blood trickled halfway down his chin. The shock on his face reverberated around the audience. Others joined in his coughing. Diod was on the ground, clutching his sides. His cough shifted to wails of agony. The others joined him. Men, women, and children alike. A cacophony of agony. Snock was frothing at the mouth. Varda's teeth had fallen out of her mouth. They collected in her palm, pooled in blood. Frantically and fruitlessly she tried to put them back. Mayor Waxer's eyes turned from white to yellow, then purple by the time they started bleeding. He clutched and clawed at them, tearing off his corneas. The noises ceased, and the songbirds returned. If there hadn't been 100 dead around him, the farmer would have considered it a peaceful day. He would never forget the stranger he met that day while walking in the wood. The stranger had showed him the unusual dark root. Dayshade, he called it. When boiled with salt, dayshade could cure any ailment known to man, but that was of no use. The farmer's wife was already gone. However, when dayshade was boiled with sugar, the farmer took the torch and lit his wife's funeral pyre. It began to crackle, but would take some time before the flames would engulf it. He took a bite of a sandwich. The food really was good. Of course, he hadn't tried it himself until now. He laid beside his wife on the bundle of timber and kissed her for the final time. The poison worked its way through his system as the flames consumed them. They would be together soon.